Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rand and Tone Show. Welcome to TRT Productions. I am your host, Big Man, along with my homeboy Tony Tone is in the house.
Yeah. This is a good evening.
Yeah, it is a good evening.
Start the day off with thanking the Lord for everything and everybody.
Everything and everybody.
Everybody.
Everything and everybody.
Everything and everybody.
Lord have
Because
mercy.
anyone you call everybody is somebody that contributes to your life.
Watch yourself now.
Got to be somebody to be everybody.
Everything and everybody. Wooty woo. Welcome, people, man. Welcome and enjoy yourself this evening. You know, I was just telling Tone
What you was just saying.
before we got on. I was just telling him thank you because, we don't, as men, a lot of us don't have outlets where you can go somewhere and have a conversation with somebody or talk to somebody, or where you can, how did they used to say it? Where you could
Vent.
relate. Yeah. Well, vent is another word for it.
Level of expression.
Yeah, so you don't make bad decisions.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you need some precautionist conversation.
What the hell is What is precautionist conversation, man?
I don't know. It just seemed to fit.
Yeah, but it is one of
It
those
just
things.
seems to fit.
It's just one of those things where when you have a lot on your mind and you need to really talk to somebody. And don't get this twisted. Like, it's not like, oh, why you don't talk to your woman? This is not a woman thing. This is not about a woman. It ain't like that. Well, it ain't like that.
Careful.
This is not about whether I can talk to her or not. This is not an issue. This is a man thing.
But some women feel like you're supposed to be able to talk to them about anything.
No.
Why you can't talk to me?
It's a man thing. It's one of those
Because
things.
of the way you acting.
That's true.
That's
But
some truth.
women feel different pressure from men. Their pressure is different.
Explain.
Well, their pressure is a lot of nurturing. Their pressure is a lot of love, receive and give.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, you are not going to sit here and tell me that you know what women's pressures are.
I don't.
That's when we need to call in and somebody
That's why I
tell
said.
us,
That's why I didn't go home. I came here.
okay, but you can't do that.
I can't do what? Tell people what the pressures are,
Of a woman.
and you don't know.
It has. Well, I
You
don't know.
You absolutely. I
I
don't
don't know. You might know some examples of what kind of pressure,
Right,
because
but I
I know
don't
people
know.
listening to my. Wait a minute, how you gonna tell me?
Yeah, I
I ain't
don't
got
know.
no pressures about love and this and that. I got pressures about money and bills.
Yeah, I don't even want to start that shit. I don't even know.
Thank you.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know nobody's pressure. All I know is mine.
You know what you're going through,
Yeah,
and what whoever
I
shares
know
with you
what
is
pressure's
going
on my lap. It is not that my lap is heavy. It's just that sometimes you need advice. You need advice for someone on the outside looking in because their opinion is a little different.
through. Little bit more objective.
Mm,
That's what you want.
that depends on who you're talking to.
Right, because you don't want somebody that's just going to tell you something to make you feel good, because they got a lot of yes people out here.
That's why I said that
Just
depends
yes
on.
yeah. No, I'm not
And
going
now
to do
really,
that.
well, you don't. You don't, and you have never yes me a day in your life, and you still don't yes me.
If I don't
If it
believe
ain't
it ain't
real,
right.
it ain't right. I got you.
Sure enough, ain't for the light, as she
I
say.
know that's right.
Shout out to MC Light.
I ain't even, and I don't even trip on that. That's why I tell a lot of people, if you got that partner, whether you're a man or a woman, and I'm not just directing it towards men, but if you got that partner, someone you cool with, you cool with, that can help you stop making, before you make a bad decision, yeah, hit them up. Hit them up. You know what? I think that's that's a lot of reasons why black people don't go to psychiatrists, because we do have that person we might can talk to. Then again, some of us do need to go seek professional help.
So what's the difference between friendship help or loved one help and
Physician help.
help you got to pay for.
Amen.
I would put
I
it
don't
like
believe
that.
it. That's the only reason why I don't go to no doctor. Because I don't. Hey, man, but watch your bike, fat boy.
Oh man,
Yeah, he almost ran to
I see, but
Yeah, watch your bike, fat boy. He can't even. He trying to pop wheelies on the thing,
But
man.
that's a city bike, and the wheels ain't right anyway. But anyway, no. But I.
You know what? Inner city kid.
No,
Anyway, man.
it's not my thing. It's not about actually the pay, but and they supposed to be professional. I believe I know some psychiatrists. A lot of them keep it general and based on textbook and not feeling or anything to that nature. I mean, I don't take nothing away from their profession and those that do go deep, but a lot that I've seen is all surface and textbook. Oh, he's acting with anxiety. Oh, he's lashing out. Oh, he's threatening family and friends, but not threatening himself. There's different levels.
I think that textbook situation is what I run from.
What they
I
gotta-
need some real answers. I don't want you to go by the book. If I got a problem and it's financial and I say, yo, I got to make a decision on what to pay and do all this, I don't need to seek professional help for that. It's one of them things where you talk to somebody and you will probably say, well, what would you do?
Well, yeah, but not
If
to cut you
it
off.
was you, what would you do? That's one of those things.
Right, but now you mentioned something about the financial aspect. If you have a problem with financial aspect, in that aspect, I could see talking to somebody.
In the financial aspect?
Yes, that's not mental. That's financial.
Well-
Somebody else might be better at doing taking care of financial strategically planning out a business plan.
Better than you.
Yes. So I would never hesitate to ask somebody that I feel that might have that ability.
Well, you know, sometimes I think financial, I won't speak to too many people about that because one, I don't want anybody to know financially what's coming out my pocket on a daily basis.
But you don't
Even
have
if
to
I
do that.
No, I understand. Even if I'm giving them partial or we're just talking about certain things. And then again, I don't want to really have to talk to somebody. See, it's like I'm very in my conscience. It's like, why would you talk to somebody who's on your level, but if they were better than you, they wouldn't be in this situation too? No, I'm saying it wrong.
No, you're not saying it wrong because you're
Okay.
expressing how you feel about something. But you're basically saying somebody living in your same area, same arena, that if you were smarter than me, you would have been gone yourself or not here or in a better situation.
If your financial plan is much better than mine,
Right.
and I come into you for advice, but you're 3 doors down from me,
Right.
am I getting good advice?
I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it when you hear it. Because you got to understand what you said. You said your plan.
Right.
Your plan or his plan or her plan might not be what your plan is. So
It definitely may be better than what you're...
No. I didn't say better.
Okay, I'm
saying
sorry.
different.
Okay.
There is no... But your plan can't be better than my plan because my plan's for me.
Right.
Your plan's for you.
I get what you're
Your
saying.
plan can't be better for me.
Because your plan was thought out for you, not for
right,
me.
Right.
So
Now-
then you go to speak to somebody about a different financial plan. They erase your plans to give you a better plan.
No, they can't erase your plan if that's what unless that's what you allow. But they can try to put some enhancement on your plan. And I understand what you're saying. How can they tell you something better than what you already know if they hear? But
Right.
some people's specialty, might keep them. Okay, them being here doesn't mean they don't have a specialty, and that specialty might not be yours. That's basically what I'm saying. them being in the same arena or same village that you live in, that could be circumstance.
They could have a different outlet for the same situation, but a different outlet. You mean?
Yeah, or they might not want to leave. Leave their
I
nest.
can go with that.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Somebody who you don't get along with. I can't remember her name right now, but remember she lives on the second floor. Remember she accused our boy of stealing her keys.
Very much.
Okay,
so. I know you're talking about.
she was supposed to have been somebody who was on a very higher level
Right.
because of her position,
Right.
but she was still here.
Right.
So that's similar to what you're saying.
That's what I mean. But
her-
then again, because she has longevity of paying rent, maybe she is the person you should talk to financially because she has longevity of doing what she's doing. But that doesn't mean in the process of her longevity she hasn't gotten in trouble.
Maybe she's just comfortable.
That's true.
Maybe she's just comfortable. A lot of people, a lot of older people, they get comfortable where they at. They know their environment. They know the people they live to. A lot of people don't want to up and just relocate. When you at a certain age and you got to pay somebody to move all your shit, and I'm going to say it like that, you can't physically do it all yourself. And that move is a lot. So when people get comfortable and they feel they safe in their environment, they don't want to move.
Nobody wants to move.
Especially when it fits their budget. Because when you move, when you've been here, just been anywhere, say 20 plus years, 15 plus years, your rent is not going to be like somebody who just moved in yesterday.
Let me ask you a question. If you lived in a building for a certain period of time, is it an obligation of the building to give you some type of reward for being longevity with them?
I think that's the wrong word.
Okay.
Obligation.
Okay.
Maybe more of a courtesy.
Yes.
And
Courtesy is a
I don't
perfect
think
word.
it's a rule,
But
but that's definitely a courtesy.
they don't do that. If there's a case where I've seen anyone who's lived in an apartment longevity, I'm talking about 40, 50 years. If you lived in a one apartment for 40 or 50 years, your rent should not go up. Your rent,
Actually, it doesn't go. It goes up, but not as much as, like I just said, somebody who just going to move in last week.
no, what I'm saying to you is we was talking about longevity and the person living there a long time. And it just occurred to me that if you get a person who lived in the building, in the same building for 50 years, but they're still paying the same rent as a person who's been there 5 years, something's wrong.
Wow.
Something is basically wrong because if you've been someplace 50 years, there has to be some kind of courtesy that comes along with that, paying rent. You should
Okay,
have
but
to.
that's within the management. That's within the establishment, the ownership of the building, all of that. Because I don't know what would make your rent wouldn't jump like that.
It does though.
And then
You
it
know,
jumps
as-
by a
as
percentage. When
I
you
watched
when
them
you
do
just
it-
moving in,
sorry.
moving in, somebody say you said 50 years. When you moved in, the rent was, let's just say $500. Now you talking about we're not even gonna go 40 years. Let's just go 30 years, 25 years. Somebody moving in that same apartment now is paying $1,500. So you think that so you saying the person that been there all them years is paying $1,500 just like the person been there 5? That's what you're saying.
I understand the market price of an apartment. Excuse me.
Newly rented
Right.
or newly leased, whatever you want to call it.
But a person who's been there 50 years should not be paying that type of money for a unit that they've been renting for 50 years. There has to be some type of stipulation or guideline or some type of rent control for after a certain amount of years for a person to live there.
I know what you're saying. I haven't thought about that in this particular case, because I've seen that in some buildings
Where they give the courtesy.
where the rent for that person 50 years might be $800.
Right.
Whereas, like I said,
Market price is $2,200.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Right. I know.
That's a courtesy for being with me for 50 years.
I don't think that's strong. That, you know what? I'm starting to agree with you. That's more than a courtesy, because they can't raise your rent like that.
Right.
They can't. They shouldn't be able to do that.
You're talking 50 years. We're not even. You're talking 50
So every
years.
apartment.
You're talking raising. I'm sorry. You're talking about raising yourself, your children, and your grandchildren 50 years. I've been giving you my rent for 50 years. And the moment that I can't pay my rent, you want to put me on the eviction block. Not let's find out what's happening, or maybe we'll courtesy you 2 years so you can get yourself together. No, it's we're going to evict you if you can't pay your rent. After 50 years? You see, this is what I'm telling about America and the way we go and how we make bad decisions. A bad decision is so harmful to a person who really doesn't understand what a bad decision can do to them if it's made by the wrong person.
Who made the bad decision?
No, I'm just saying. You have to think about the courtesy of the 50 years for someone to say, no, we're not going to give you. That's a bad decision. That's a bad decision to give somebody. You got officers who serve 50 years on the force and all they get is a watch. I've seen it. I don't care.
50 years?
50 years, man.
Oh, they get a gold watch. I know what you're talking about.
And I'm not talking, because most law enforcement allow you to do 25 years. You got some people who did 25 years somewhere
and then get in the office somewhere for another 25.
Yeah, but you're still law enforcement.
Right.
My point is, it doesn't matter what part of law. If you're still a law enforcement for 50, 60 years, you deserve more than a fucking watch. They should be giving you a home. That means you done paid into the union 50 plus fucking years, man. And you're going to give me a watch? You have to understand what I'm saying. I don't mean to be passionate. It's just that, yo, man, we got so many people who are making decisions for other people, not realizing that their decisions that they're making is hurting people, man.
They're in an employed position, and they going by the guidelines and the perimeters that are set to do that particular job.
And whoever's making the guidelines,
those are the owners.
You stink too.
Yeah, that's who stink, because the common worker, the person. Okay, perfect example. You go to the grocery store right now and try to buy some milk, and the man tell you $4.99, but you only got $4, but he can't give you that milk. Mm-hmm. You don't make the prices. The clerk that you're talking to doesn't make the prices. But they the ones that take the flack. They get shit thrown at them. Your prices shouldn't be that high. They're not my prices.
Not my prices. What's wrong?
A lot of time, nothing. A lot of times you gotta understand that it's not the clerk that you're dealing with who initiated what you have a problem with.
My thing is, I'm not just talking to the building owner. I'm talking to the judges too, who allow people to be evicted after 50 years. You have to think to yourself. You are the one who has the defiance to say yes or no.
There are certain
in this case
things that you can that's done. It's not that simple for them to just evict somebody 50 years. It's not that simple as it could be projected.
I'm just saying that the world has been built on bad decisions, and the good decisions that the world has made within itself doesn't even outweigh the bad. Right now, we're headed right back into World War III over some bullshit. Half these men are gonna get drafted right back into a war that they don't even know nothing about, because someone made a bad decision. We got people losing jobs because people are making bad decisions, man.
Well, a lot of times when you make a decision, you don't know it's bad off the top.
My thing is, if you're close enough to the decision, Sorry.
Okay, just like for instance, what makes it that okay, you already know you don't want to make a bad decision. What's going to stop you from making a bad decision tomorrow?
Listen, you're going to make bad decisions every day. The thing about making bad decisions is that you got to keep the how can I say, the aftermath to a minimum.
You got to deal with how
you got to do your best. I mean, yeah, even if listen, it's a hard thing to do, and I understand what you're about to ask me. But if you can keep the aftermath of a bad decision down to a minimum, it won't hurt so many people. You make them, I mean, you're human. You're not going to always make good decisions. And for those who make good decisions more than they make bad decisions, God bless you. If you're that type of politician that or teacher or lawyer or whatever or judge who can make them final decisions and live with your results, God bless you. It's just like we run a podcast show, right? When we used to when we first started, we used to edit. Because we didn't want to put out a bad decision to make anyone look bad. And then after a while, we realized, editing takes a lot of time, the way it goes, how it is. And we just say, you know what? We just started warning people, listen, we are not editing, so watch what you say. That's why we don't ask questions when we have guests. We have conversation. Because with conversation, you don't have to ask questions. The person is going to reveal what he feels like talking about.
I'm going to ask a question.
I'm just saying. When we interviewed Homegirl that day, we didn't really ask no questions. We just had a conversation with her. And she just took over from there.
Well, mostly what you do is put the conversation in a direction.
Right.
And then let her go with it.
Now, what I'm asking you at this point, because we put it out in its entirety and we went live with it, was it a bad decision?
Why would it be? It was an interview.
I'm just telling you that it was a decision that we made that was good or bad. We had to make a decision. We let her know prior to what we would do and how this was going to go. And she also. Now, the things that we talk about, should we have edited? Should we have let it ride? I don't know.
It's a live interview when she was ready. She was wanting to tell her story. I think it was great. She told her story, and she told it the way she wanted to tell it. One thing about broadcasting, you want to put it out there as straightforward and raw as possible. You don't want to edit anything.
Yeah, but
she went a little ways when she got into her mother and things like that. But
my objective is not to hurt somebody or to have a podcast show that demeans anybody. That's not what I'm about. That's not what we're about. I know you. I can say we. Sometimes I say I. People think, well, he's thinking selfish. No, it's just that we've been together so long, we know that we can't speak for each other. There's only certain things that we know we can speak for each other on. That's how long we've been. So we have made bad decisions around each other, especially going along with doing our podcasting. We don't always agree to do certain things the way people think it's being done, and that's real talk. But we sit down and we go over our decisions, and you'll say to me, like, you know what, that was kind of a bad decision, but I let you go ahead and do it because that's what you wanted to do. You have told me that on many occasions.
I'm glad you admit that.
Yeah, of course.
He's on many occasions.
I wouldn't be, listen, my first thing I said when we started this, I said I was glad that I have you as a partner that I could come and I can talk to. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for everything that goes on in life. You know what I mean? The way we are, our friendship, how deep it goes. We would...
You didn't listen to hints too well back then.
I didn't.
You used to get ready
I don't want to get too deep, but yeah. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you
just
did.
go on and jump in the mud anyway.
Yes, you did. And even when I said it, you stood by me. Even when it was, this is what I'm saying. But the decision, My decisions in the past might have hurt us, but you have never said, you know what, we can't fix it. That's what I'm trying to say what the world needs right now. They need that person they can sit down with when you make a bad decision and say, yo, let's just fix it. We don't have to yell and scream. Let's just fix it. Right now, because nobody wants to admit that there's been a lot of bad decisions going on in the world, we're headed for a lot of violence. A lot of people are getting sick all over again.
I'm gonna take it more private.
Come on.
There's a lot of bad decisions individually. It's not even in the world. Individually making a lot of, because a lot of in the world there ain't a lot that we can control.
Amen.
And it's the individual decisions that we're making, but we're making these decisions out of haste and malice, different reasons. You could be making them out of jealousy.
What are we jealous of each other?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about individual basis. There's a lot of different reasons why people make decisions, and a lot of decisions be incorrect. Some people go as far as even like in relationships. You get into a point where you're at regret because of decisions. I mean, and especially when decisions affect others. That even goes as far as even getting married, bringing children into the world, things like that. A lot of times you've heard women say, "Oh, I married the wrong man," or men say, "Oh, I married the wrong woman." But now that decision that you make to marry that man or woman, whether it was bad or not, it affect the whole chain line. It altered the original path. So now you started off with just y'all two. You altered the path. Now you got 2 kids, a dog, a house.
If 2 people do the same thing without getting married, that married couples do,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem to last longer, why do people get married? I know couples who have been together longer than married couples.
I do too.
So why get married? Like what the concept of getting married is what? Because you want to tell the woman that we are one, we are
one.
So if you be with a woman for 18, 20 years, that don't make y'all one? What the fuck that makes y'all?
That makes them married. See, the part that's missing is they're not committed.
So commitment on the paper.
No, that's not commitment on the paper. That's marriage on the paper. Commitment you can't put on paper.
But that's my point. If you with somebody for 20 years, that ain't commitment.
That would seem like commitment, but I don't want to perceive the wrong thing. I would say if somebody's together 20 years, that's a committed relationship.
Could it be comfortability?
Not for 20 years.
Not for 20 years.
That's a lot of damn comfortability.
Yes, it is. That's all I'm saying.
It could have started off as comfortability and turned into commitment.
I only bring it up because, and I'm gonna throw myself out there, because I want to marry my woman, but I don't want my woman to think, well, I want to be married because no, I want to marry her not because we've been together for a long time. We've been together for 13 years, 13 wonderful years. I'm not exaggerating. We have ups, we have downs.
And they ain't all wonderful years.
No, definitely not. No. But that's what makes our relationship better. But the thing about it is she was my friend before she was my lover, before she became my permanent lover. She was my friend. She was somebody that I could talk to, and I could still talk to her. There are certain things that are going on with me right now as a man that I need answers to that I can't get from her that I normally would get from my father, but he's not here. But the point I'm trying to make is this. We've been together 13 years. I'm marrying her, like I said, not because we've been together 13, not because she deserves it, but because when you get someone who's willing to go through the mud with you, who's willing to take every bad step you take and every good step you take, who's willing to be there, whether you saying nice words or you're saying disrespectful words, whether you're answering the phone or not answering the phone, whether you coming home or not coming home. If you putting in 13 years going through that, Yes, I'm not saying that she deserves my hand in marriage. I'm saying, yes, I'm marrying her because who else would I really want to go through that with? And marriage means that it's easier for you to get what I leave when I'm gone. You don't have to go through so much paperwork. You won't have to go through so much. You'll only be able to inherit it because it's like, you know what, that was my husband. That's what.
That's see,
I'm sorry.
I like no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what I learned about you.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to sit and wait for what you're really trying to say.
Okay.
All that other stuff. Just get to that part.
What about marriage? Yes, because I'm
talking about the part where it allows you to share what I have.
Yeah.
The rest is commitment.
Right.
The rest
We already
is
showed the commitment because you put the 13 in.
Well,
that 13
depends.
ain't
maybe
anybody
it takes
who
more than that to make
shit. Anybody who do 10 years and better with the same person under the same roof, I'm living the same life. That is commitment. Hell, if you did 5 years like that, that's commitment. Commitment is not easy, bro. That shit ain't easy. There's temptation out here. Bad decisions all around you, man. Man, fuck that. I got a good one.
Well,
she gets on my nerves.
You get to 23.
I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I come to you for advice when shit go wrong in my home. Because you're a person who, how can I not, you done put in double what I done put in. So where I'm supposed to go to somebody who did less? No, hell no. People like you, and I don't want to throw out the other person, but who's been with his baby mom, sometimes they ride around together. If you understand, it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But I'm saying to the point is that people like that is people who I talk to when I call marital problems. I'm not trying to start all over. You don't know what the fuck you getting out here, man. Because you see a woman with a smile or big booty, you don't know what the hell you getting out here.
No, go on, hold yourself down, get some therapy.
I ain't gonna get no therapy.
Don't go down and talk to somebody.
Tell my woman she better go ahead and get it together.
You say you better get your shit together.
We gonna get it together. Ain't no way we both gonna sit here and try to eat this bowl of soup with a fork. We ain't gonna do that.
Sure, we did that. Me and my woman did our own counseling.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Separated for a while, counsel that individually, and then come on back.
I watched my parents do that. Been together. My parents been married for 49 years.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been 50 years.
Go down south for a while.
He would go south for a little while, come back in a month or two. He's next to you know, they going out together, walking, doing other things. You would see them doing things. And then when it all started all over again, he would go ahead and do what he do. And it worked for them. This is like right now, like my woman and I, when we get on each other's nerves, we separate in the room. It works. It works. It works for us. That don't mean I don't love her. I'm very jealous when it comes to her. I don't try to call her and find out where she's going, what she's doing. But no, when she's telling me a story and I feel there's somebody, I'm going to tell you a quick story there, and I know you're going to laugh. The other day we were in the Habib store, right? I don't mean to say Habib. Everybody knows Habib.
Everybody knows Habib.
He gives her a cup of fruit drink. You know, the she giggling. The hell's going on here with the cup and all this? Oh, stop it. He always so jealous. Yes. He giving you free drinks at the store? What's going on? Now we regular customers there now.
I'm more like, get me one too. I ain't worried about the jealousy, babe. You that good, get me one too.
I tell you one, boy, this is why I'm telling you the story, because you already let me know I made a bad decision.
You sitting there fussing about what?
I was fussing because, like I said, I allow my emotions to get the best of me. My emotions, my feelings, all that got in the way. But it was the fact of you giving her a free smoothie drink. Like, man, what you doing, man? We ain't gonna do that.
You should have went for the smoothie.
I don't know what I should have went for.
You should have said, babe, come here and just let me get some of that and let him see that, yeah, we sharing this smoothie.
At the time, I wasn't into smoothies, but I'm into them now.
But I would, even if I didn't like them,
I still would have did it, right? Yeah.
Let him know, yeah, she got that for us.
Don't play games.
That right there speak for itself. Past that.
I'm not going to apologize, though.
See?
What?
Made the wrong decision.
I did. So I should apologize?
You see, you should have
I
stopped
didn't
for a
ask you
minute.
that. I didn't ask you that. Be direct.
I didn't say nothing about. I'm being direct. That's what you should have did. You should have paused before you hit whatever line you came out with.
I
And
did
said,
hit it. I sure did.
"Yo, what did it?" And I would have said, "Grab the drink. Grab the drink. Take a little bit and get it back."
There's a lot of new people in the neighborhood.
A lot of people that ain't here no more.
Yeah.
Evolution. Things change. Things evolve.
Evolution, things change, things evolve. Still goes back to the person who's been here 50 years, though. The courtesy of the 50 years is important. Uh-oh. Miles will answer. Watch yourself. I'm just looking out of the window. I'm watching the asphalt grow. How does asphalt grow?
I don't know.
Is that the flowers in between the rocks? I mean, in between the concrete? Instead of watching the asphalt grow.
That's what the asphalt. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm. So it goes, I'm just looking out of the window. Wait. I'm just looking out of the window, watching the asphalt grow, thinking about it all, with hammer down, yeah.
I thought asphalt was street.
I don't know what the hell is asphalt, bro. I just realized they got roses in this garden. You knew that?
No. I remember they had rats all running through there.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised to see the roses growing up over here.
I just said things have changed.
Yeah.
Things don't never stay the same.
Lord help us. Anyway, that was just one of the reasons why I'm glad we were able to sit down and have that conversation about bad decisions and what are people probably going through and what's happening around the world. We
Do
definitely
people
headed
really need
for
help,
war.
or
Yeah, I believe we do. I'm saying we. I need help too.
should we all need help on something?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm better than Betty.
But do you need?
And I'm not
legal
saying that.
help?
I'm just saying that in a figure of speech, huh?
Do you need legal help, professional help? What kind of
I
help?
think all help is warranted. It doesn't matter
All
if it's
help.
professional. I just need help. I need help making better decisions for me and my family.
Okay.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be rich in dollars without being rich in life. Because you can be rich in dollars and not know what to do with it and just blow it all away. I want to be rich in life. I want to be able to do things like Shaquille O'Neal does. Yeah, I read somewhere where Shaquille O'Neal, and I hope this is not an exaggeration, where he fed like 10,000 homes.
Probably did.
I think he's
but you gotta think
remarkable,
throughout year. It ain't like he just went and fed 10,000 homes. This was probably throughout a couple of years.
It don't matter how.
I'm just saying.
I mean, no matter how he got to the numbers, whether it was all at once or during the fact that he's accomplished that.
Yeah.
And he has accomplished of knowing of going into places without bodyguards and nobody and walking in the store and giving things away. I want to be able to do that, man. I think that's touching. Listen, you know, he comes over in our neighborhood, you know, back in the days, and he helped a lot of people over here. We know that too. He's been doing that since he was young, since he was rocking the Superman Expedition on 174, man. People don't know Shaq used to come to 174. That was the highlights of the summer, man. Him and Pete coming through in the Superman. The kids used to run behind. Shaq is in the block. He's on 174. Who? What's Shaq? Shaquille O'Neal? Shaq is here. I remember one time, I believe.
Shaq, you know.
Well, there's other people, you know, that people get things mixed up. I remember one time he came up here with the Fu-Schnickens. A lot of people don't know who the Fu-Schnickens is, but you gotta be old school, know who the Foo-Foos are, man. Fu-Schnickens. Just give y'all a hint. It's Lie Smooth. We ain't got nothing to prove. Lie Smooth. We ain't got nothing to prove. That's what I'm just telling you. I don't know who the Foosh niggas. If you know your rap, you know Foosh nigga. I'm a library when it comes to rap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a library. I'm a library when it comes to that, man.
Lie on your berries.
I don't care. If you under 40, under 45, you can't really give a story under rap. You can't really. If you over 50, if you 50 plus, you know everything. You know the beginning. You know that the first rap record was not what's the Fat Boy, man? Wasn't the Sugar Hill Gang. If everybody know it wasn't the Sugar Hill Gang. But a lot of people going to debate that. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Always appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to the TRT production crew.
Don't forget your shout outs.
Don't forget your shout out. Shout out to Sick Assassins. Shout out to Irrelevant Shit. Shout out to Gorilla 2K. Shout out to my man Mo Boogie. Get you on your grind, baby. Waiting to get you on the interview. Anybody I forgot? Oh, shout out to Marley Burgers, man. Mm-hmm. Hope to see you this summer, man. Coming through. Go ahead, anybody else? I forgot anybody?
Got a couple of people, that's all right, but they know. A couple
people. Anybody we got? Shout out to Tab. Shout out to
Pro Assassin. Shout out to Grove.
Yeah.
Up in Connecticut.
Oh, Oliver Grove. Yeah. Shout out to Oliver, man. Get some new music, Oliver. Get us some music.
He got some new music out. I just haven't been in contact with him. He's also doing his car thing too. Doing airport runs and things. That's what's got his own little business.
That's what's like. Got his own business. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, surprise! Next, I'm not gonna put a time frame on it, but I am gonna say this: 50 Plus Radio is coming under TRT production. I said it again: 50 Plus Radio is coming. That is our new internet radio station called 50 Plus. We're almost finished putting it together. Almost got the music down packed. That after we put up the radio station, that will be the only place you will be able to hear Tone and I podcast. We will be podcasting live from our radio station on the internet. So that will be 50 Plus. So I will keep announcing it until it goes up. Every time we put out something, I'll make sure to announce it. 50 Plus Radios. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace on the grease.
Peace and love. Always be safe. Wash your hands. And an update. As of Monday, I believe, masks are not required or mandatory anymore.
In the street?
No, in the hospitals.
What?
Yeah. They just let us know. Well, they didn't just let us know. I just found out last night.
So what they saying that
they ain't saying nothing. They saying masks is not mandatory anymore. Starting Monday. That's what they said. I didn't hear nothing about description, why, how. That's all I heard. They said, "Yo, did you see the email?" I didn't have time to get the email. I was working too hard.
Man, oh, you know what? Shout out to Fergie Baby too, man. I see you been working hard, brother, man. Hoping to get in touch with you again. You know, I don't want to stop your progress, man. But it's just good to know that somebody that we've known for a minute is doing his thing. Keep doing it, man. You're shining, bro. Everybody's watching you, man. You know what I mean? So, one love to that. Anyway, we out. Love, peace, and hair grease. There'll be no outro music tonight. It'll just be peace, love, and soul. Yeah, let's get the hell up out of here. Boop.